If you own a home services company or any business that goes into people's homes, you need to pay attention to this. The front door to your business just moved, and for a long time, the homeowner's journey was simple. A homeowner's air conditioner breaks in July. They pull up their phone, they type AC repair near me. Google gives them a page of links, and then they click a few of them and they check the reviews, and then they call the company that feels safe and answers the phone. And that is still happening, but is no longer just the whole story. Now, that same homeowner can open ChatGPT or Gemini or any of Google's AI modes, maybe Perplexity or Grok or whatever, and they can ask a much bigger question. They might ask, my AC is 15 years old, it's blowing warm air, I have two kids at home. Should I repair it or should I replace it? How much is it going to cost me? And who's maybe a reliable HVAC company near me? That is not a keyword, that is a full situation. And the AI does not just hand them 10 links and walk away. It may explain the decision, it may list what the changes actually cost. It may cite articles, videos, reviews, or maybe even some local sources, and it may mention actual companies. That is the opportunity, but it is also the threat. Because if your company is not part of the answer, you may never even get considered. Think about how your competitor doesn't even have to outrank you by one spot anymore. They can get named before the homeowner even starts clicking around. So this video is not some cute little AI trick. It's about how home services companies become easier for people and AI systems to find, understand, trust, and choose. That is called answer engine optimization, or AEO. And I want to make one thing very clear before we start. AEO is not magic. It is not a button you push. It is not some secret file. It's not fake reviews, spammy blogs, or paying someone to mention your company name 50 times in garbage articles. AEO is what happens when your company has a clear story, real proof, useful answers, and a strong reputation across the places homeowners already look. And by the end of this video, you will know how to find the homeowner questions that matter the most, see where the competitors are getting recommended while you are invisible, build pages and videos that answer the questions well, earn the proof AI systems that homeowners can verify, and measure whether any of this is actually helping you book more estimates or close more jobs. So grab a pen, this is going to be a real playbook. So how AI search actually works. So most people think AI search works like a normal Google search, just faster. That is factually wrong. With a normal search, a person typically just types in a few words, Google gives them a list, and the person has to do all the work. They have to open the pages, compare the companies, read reviews, and figure out what they believe. With AI search, the system tries to do more of the research for them. So Google says its AI search experience may use something called a query fanout. That means one big question can turn into many smaller searches across different parts of the question. So let's make that simple. So a homeowner in Dallas has hail damage. They search or they ask, who are the best roofers in Dallas for hail damage? And what should I watch out for? And the AI may need to figure all of this out. So they're going to ask, what does a hail damage roof replacement usually involve? What questions should a homeowner ask a roofer? Which companies have reviews that talk about hail claims? What local permit code or code issues could matter? How do insurance claims work? Which companies show proof of this kind of work? And one homeowner question is no longer just one keyword, it is a whole group of smaller questions. And that is why a basic service page that says Dallas or best Dallas roofing company call today, it's not enough anymore. It may still help, it may still rank, but it does not answer enough of the homeowner's real problem. And the company that gets considered has a much better chance when it can actually help with the full journey. So you want to answer that cost question, the fear question, the what happens next question, the how do I avoid getting ripped off question, maybe the proof, and the local question. And now I don't want you to hear and think you need 100 new pages this month. You do not. Google specifically warns against pumping out a huge number of low value pages just to chase every possible AI question. The goal is not more pages, the goal is better answers. Write the pages that a real homeowner would be happy to find at 11 o'clock at night when their basement is wet or their AC is dead or their roof is leaking. That is the standard that we're going after. The big difference between SEO and AEO is SEO is not dead. You still need your site to show up on Google. You still need pages that are crawlable. You still need a good GBP or Google Business Profile. You still need fast pages, useful service pages, internal links, reviews, and a strong reputation. Google says that its AI search features are built on its core search ranking and quality systems. So to be eligible as a supporting link in Google's AI features, a page has to be eligible for normal Google search first. So traditional SEO is now the floor. AO is what you're going to build on top. So think of it this way. So SEO asks, can I get my plumbing page to rank when someone searches plumber near me? AEO asks, when a homeowner asks AI, my water bill is suddenly high and I think I have some sort of leak. What should I do or who should I call? Does my company show up as a trusted answer? SEO wants the click, AEO wants the recommendation, the citation, the mention, trust, and hopefully then the click. And sometimes the homeowner will click and sometimes they're not. Sometimes they'll hear your company name inside of an AI answer and then search your brand directly 10 minutes later. And that is why this matters. AI can influence a lead without showing up neatly in your analytics. And that's why traffic alone is not the score. The score is, do we get more calls, better leads, more booked estimates, or more jobs from the kind of customers that we want? Now, the three things that AI can verify is, I want to talk about trust first. So AI does not have feelings. It does not know you personally. It cannot shake your hand and say, this is a good person. It can only look at what it can find. And that means that it's going to look for patterns. So what are the three big patterns that you need to understand? So it's freshness, authority, and conscientious. I probably butchered it. So conscientious is a fancy word for agreement. So if your website says you're the best HVAC company in town, that is nice. Every HVAC company says that. But if your website says that you are a trusted HVAC company, your Google reviews say the same thing. A local supplier has you listed as a partner. A local news story shares quotes about your summer AC safety. And homeowners recommend you in the neighborhood group. Your YouTube shows real jobs. Now you're starting to get the pattern. The web is saying the same thing about you from different places. That is super powerful. Research from Ahrefs found that the brand mentions across the web are strongly correlated with visibility in AI answers. That does not mean, that does not mean a mention causes a recommendation every time. Correlation is not causation. So it does tell you where to focus. So build a brand people genuinely talk about. So ask yourself, when somebody looks at you beyond your website, what do they find? Do they find a real company with real proof? Or do they find an empty Facebook page from 2019, a broken website, 3 reviews, and conflicting phone numbers? AI cannot build confidence where the internet is confused. Next, we have freshness. Is the information still true? So AI systems are trying to answer questions today. So if the homeowner asks about the 2026 tax credit, a current HVAC efficiency rule, or current roofing material price, permit process, old content's not very useful. Now, freshness does not mean you have to write a new blog post every day. It just means you need to have a refresh rhythm. So if you have a page called What Does a New AC Cost in Phoenix that was written 4 years ago, go update it. Update the ranges that they changed, add a new job, add a current quote from your comfort advisor, remove information that is no longer true, add the date if it was meaningfully updated. Do this for your pages that answer real money questions, real rule questions, and real decision questions. The best place to start is not always a new page. Sometimes the fastest win is a page that already ranks, already gets some traffic, it just needs to become useful. Next, we have authority. So can you actually back it up? So authority is not just, I have a big logo. Authority means you have evidence that you know what you're talking about. So for a home service company, authority can look like this. You explain why a system failed using real photos from a job. You showed a licensed professional on camera. You explain the difference between a cheap patch and a lasting repair. Maybe you show the process from inspection to final walkthrough. You answer what the homeowner should be asking any company even if they don't hire you. You cite the local authority when you talk permits, and you tell the truth when the right answer is, we need to see the home first. That is authority. You do not need to pretend that you know everything. You need to prove that you understand the things that you do. Now, I want you guys to do a brand gap audit before you start making more stuff. So most home services companies start marketing by saying we need more content. Maybe, but more content is not automatically the answer. First, you need to know where the gap is. So here's what I want you to do. Take your 5 most important services. So let's say for an HVAC company, that's AC repair, AC replacement, furnace repair, heat pumps, and indoor air quality. And then take your city or service area and then make a list of questions a homeowner would ask AI. So who should I call for AC replacement in city? Who does heat pump cost in city? Repair or replace a 14-year-old air conditioner. Best HVAC company for allergies. Now search those questions in the AI tools you care about. You can do this manually first, or you do not need some expensive software to begin. Just type it into ChatGPT and then write down which companies are named, which websites are cited, what is the answer missing? Is your brand mentioned but maybe not linked? Is your competitor always associated with best, reliable, affordable, fast service? Well, you're not mentioned at all. And that's your gaps. The Three common kinds of gaps. So a competitor gap means that another company is mentioned and you are not. A citation gap means that AI talks about your service or your category, but pulls from another page and directory, maybe another article or some sort of other company. And then a topic gap means AI does not connect your business with something you should own. So, for example, if your remodeling company might be great at aging in place bathrooms, you've done 50 of them, but if nobody online talks about your business next to terms like walk-in showers, safe bathroom remodelable, AI will not magically place that as your specialty. So you have to teach the web for what you want to be known for. And the best ideas are already inside your business. So this is where most agencies overcomplicate the whole process. They open a keyword tool, they find a big list, and then they start writing generic content. Do not start, you start your own conversation. So your sales calls are gold mines, your estimator notes are gold mines, dispatch recordings are gold mines. Your office staff knows the questions that come in every day. Your technicians are going to hear the fears that homeowners do not say to a salesperson. Your reviews show the things that the customers actually value after the job is done. And your lost deal tells you why people did not choose you. That is the real research. So I want you to do the simple exercise. Pull 10 sales calls. You can use recording notes or memory, even if you have to, and ask these questions. So what did the homeowner care about the most? What were they afraid of? What were they most confused about? And what made them hesitate? Maybe an HVAC company says variable speed heat pump, and a homeowner says, I want a system that does not make the upstairs feel like a sauna. Maybe a plumber says water service replacement. A homeowner says the water is brown sometimes. Is my whole house pipe system bad? Or even with a roofer, says insurance restoration. A homeowner's going to say, my neighbor got a new roof after a storm. How do I know if I have enough damage? That language actually matters. It gives you the topics, the titles, the video hooks, the sales scripts, the FAQs, the content feel like it was made for a real person. You can look at local community conversations too. So read the questions people ask in neighborhood groups, Reddit, on homeowner forums, and your own reviews. But do not go in there and spam people either. The goal is to understand the question first, then make content that answers it better than anyone else. So, and some questions are not traffic plays. The important part is because it changes how you judge content. So some homeowner questions are perfect for best HVAC company near me, schedule an AC repair, emergency plumber open now. Those are urgent. The homeowner wants a company, but the other questions may get answered directly in an AI response. What is the life expectancy of a water heater? Do I need a permit to replace a roof? What is the difference between a heat pump and an AC? And if AI gives a great answer, the homeowner might not click anything at all. That does not mean you should ignore the topic. It means the goals change. So for those questions, you want your company, your video, your page, or your expertise to be a part of the answer itself. You want the homeowner to see your name and I think these people know what they're talking about. And then when the need becomes urgent, who do they remember? The company that helped them before the sale. And that's the huge mindset shift, is stop asking how many clicks will this blog get and start asking, will this make the homeowner trust us more? And sometimes the highest value content is the content that changes the customer's mind before they even fill out the form. Now, I want to get some specific. What should you create? Not random blogs. You need a small content engine around the moments that when homeowners make decisions. So here are the 5 buckets. Bucket 1 is going to be cost. So homeowners want to know what things cost. Your competitors are scared to talk about money. That is your advantage. You do not need to give an exact fake quote online. You should not. Homes are different, jobs are different. What you can do is give a useful range and explain what changes it. So what does a tankless water heater cost in XYZ city? What does a roof replacement cost after hail damage? What are the factors I should be looking into for a bathroom remodel? A great cost page says, here are the ranges. Here are the 3 or 4 biggest things that change that range. Here's a real example. Here's when you need an on-site estimate. That is honest, and that is going to build trust. Bucket 2 is repair versus replace. So this is one of the best home service topics because people are scared about making the wrong choice. So should I repair or replace my 15-year-old AC? Should I repair or replace my walk-in shower? Should I repair or replace my roof? Do not make this a sales page pretending replacement is always the answer. Give the homeowner a real decision framework. So what does this repair system cost? How old is the system? What is the condition of the major parts? Is it falling often or failing often? Will the repair solve the root problem or will it just save you some more time or just buy time? What does a replacement improve? When you tell the truth, the homeowner trusts you, and trust is the entire game. Bucket 3 is what to expect. So homeowners are afraid of the process. They do not know if their house will be a mess. They don't know how long the job will take. They do not know who will be in their home. So tell them what happens after you schedule an AC replacement. What happens during a whole home repipe? What does a roof replacement day look like? What should I do with before an electrical panel upgrade? These pages are not just marketing, they're making your operations better. So they reduce no-shows, lower fear, prep the homeowner, and help your crews have a smoother job. Bucket 4 is how to choose. So this is a trust builder. So make content that teaches people how to choose a company, even if they do not choose you. So how to compare roofing estimates, what should be included in an HVAC replacement, what to ask your plumber before they walk into your home. If you can explain how to spot a bad quote or how to check insurance or how to understand allowances, you stop sounding like a salesperson and you sound like a guide, and guides get more trusted. Bucket 5 is proof. So this is where most homeowners content falls apart. You need real examples. You need not stock photos. So not a random graphic that says quality work. So show the actual home. Show the actual home problem. Explain the choice. Show what your team did. Show the result. Get approval from the homeowner. Obviously protect the private details if necessary. And tell the story. So that might look like why this 1980s home needed a full panel upgrade. How do we stop a recurring sewer backup without tearing the whole backyard up? Why this roof needed more shingles after the hailstorm, or more than shingles after the hailstorm, and then how we remodeled a small bathroom so an aging homeowner could stay in there. AI systems are looking for the information, homeowners are looking for the proof. A real project gives both. Now, I'm going to give you the writing system, because the first rule is bluff, which means or stands for bottom line upfront. So that means give the answer first. So if your page is called "What does a new AC cost in Phoenix?" do not start with air conditioning is important in Arizona. Everybody knows that. Start with the answer. In Phoenix, replacing a central air conditioner often costs between this range and this range. This driver systems are X, Y, Z. Boom. The homeowner just got the answer, and now they're going to keep reading. The second rule is one clear idea at a time. So AI systems may pull a small subsection of your page, and if they pull one paragraph, that paragraph needs to make sense by itself. Do not bury the point inside a giant wall of text. Use descriptive headings, short paragraphs, use tables when you compare choices, use real images with useful captions, and the third rule is to be specific. Do not say our team helps with HVAC needs. Say our licensed technicians inspect air conditioners, heat pumps, so on and so forth, airflow problems for homeowners and service area. Specific words give people and systems more to understand. And lastly, the fourth rule is simple. Be simple. One idea per sentence, clear subject, clear verb, clear point. If a homeowner has to read it twice, then rewrite it. You are not trying to sound smart. You are just trying to be understood. Now, let's leave your website, because a huge part of AEO is not about your website at all. It's about what people are saying about you. So we want to look at it from 3 levels. So level 1 is the trusted third parties. So these are places like local news, legit local publications, trade associations, your local supplier, chambers, community orgs, all that stuff. So how do you show up there? Do something worth covering. So share a useful local homeowner checklist, offer expert commentary after a storm, or maybe you're going through a heat wave or a local event. Sponsors that softball team, or partner with an architect or designer. Earn certifications. Do not send 1,000 spam emails saying, please write about us. Bring the value first. Level 2 is community conversations. So homeowners ask for recommendations in local community groups all the time. We've all seen those Facebook groups. Some of them say, anyone know a good plumber? Who can replace your roof? Who replaced your roof? Who can fix a hot upstairs room? You want your name to come up naturally because you earned it. That means great work, great reviews, good follow-up, happy customers. It may also mean participating in community conversations where you can honestly help. But don't make fake accounts and spam those groups yourself. Do not pretend to be a customer. Do not jump in a group saying, call us under every post. You're building a reputation, not trying to trick a platform. Level 3 is own your properties, or your own properties. Your website matters, your Google business profile matters, your YouTube channel matters, your socials matter, your business listings matter. They all need to tell the same clear story. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you work? And what type of jobs are you known for? Why do homeowners choose you? The more your real story is consistent across the web, the easier it is for a system to understand your brand. And here's a tactic that you can work if you use it with integrity. AI answers often draw from comparison pages, review pages, best of articles, and alternative lists because those pages organize choices clearly. For home services, this can be local. Best plumbers in Philadelphia for older homes. How to compare 3 roofing estimates. Best HVAC options for a 2-story home. Sometimes you can earn a mention in a local roundup. Sometimes you can contribute information to a useful comparison. Sometimes you can build an honest comparison yourself. But this is where people get stupid. Do not publish a fake page that says best companies that conveniently says you are number one. Nobody's going to trust that. It will not build long-term authority. Do not buy some hidden paid ad placements and call them editorial recommendations. If you sponsor something, disclose it. The real opportunity is to help homeowners compare choices honestly. So a roofing company can write how to compare roofing estimates, 5 things that change the price. A plumber can write tankless versus tank water heaters, cost, speed, maintenance. A remodeling company can write semi-custom versus custom cabinets, who each option is actually for. The content teaches a buyer how to think, and the company teaches that buyer. The company that teaches the buyer how to think usually gets the call. Now, I want to talk about one channel that most home service companies actually underuse, which is YouTube. Probably where you're watching this. A lot of business owners hear YouTube and think they have to become an influencer. They picture cameras, huge crews, viral videos, drone shots, millions of views. No, you just need to be searchable. You need searchable expertise. You need simple videos that answers questions your customers already ask. Research from Ahrefs found YouTube mentions strongly correlated with AI visibility across several platforms. So again, correlation is not guaranteed ranking switch, but it is a strong reason to take this video seriously. So here's some videos that you can make. So what does a tankless water heater cost in XYZ city? Why is my AC freezing up? 5 things to check through roofing estimate. A lot of the same topics we just talked about for blogs, you can reuse for this stuff. These are also called search hits. They can bring the right type of person or right kind of person month after month because people keep asking the same problems or keep having the same problems. Here's the easiest video format. Start by saying the question out loud. So today I'm going to answer this question. Should you repair or replace a 15-year-old AC? That gives them the short answer, then give the short answer fast. Sometimes repair makes sense, but if these 4 things are true, or replacement may save you more money and headaches, and then explain the variables. So show proof, a job site clip, a real part, real system, before and afters, photo, and then say the next step. Every home is different. If you want us to look at the condition of your system, here's how to schedule an evaluation. That's it. Put the main question in the title, put it near the beginning of the description, chapters, add accurate captions, speak clearly, and embed the video on your website page that answers that same question. And don't worry if the first video gets 212 views. If those 212 people are homeowners in your market with the exact problem that you solve, that is better than 100,000 random views from people who will never hire you. And everything I've said only works if your content can actually be found. So you need to do a simple technical check. So make sure your important pages are indexed on Google. Make sure your site works on a phone. Make sure that the real information is in text, not only a picture. Make sure you link related pages together. Make sure that your GBP is current. Google's own guidance says that crawlability, helpful content, technical SEO, internal links, page experience, and accurate business details all remain important in AI search. Now, you may hear people say, go remove every bot block that your robots.txt file from your robots.txt file right now. Do not make blind technical changes because a random internet video told you to. Have your website or SEO person review your crawl controls, indexing, hosting, the CDN settings deliberately. Make sure that important public content is not accidentally blocked. The point is simple. Do not lock the door and then wonder why nobody's coming. So this is where smart companies separate themselves from people changing shiny objects. Do not measure AEO with one number. You need a scoreboard. So first, look at your search health. Are your important pages indexed? Are your impressions growing? Pages that answers buyer questions getting found? Second, look at AI traffic. If your analytics shows traffic from ChatGPT or any other AI tools, pay attention. Do not obsess over the exact number. Referral tracking is incomplete. Some platforms do not pass clean referral data all the time. Use it as a directional signal, but not perfect truth. Third is watch your brand footprint. Are you getting more real reviews? Are your profiles fair? Are local people talking about you? Are you earning relevant mentions and partnerships? And then fourth, and most important, ask the customer. Put this on every contact form or just have your CSRs ask it. How did you hear about us? Train your call center to ask it naturally. Before we get started, would you mind telling me how you found us? Give them a free text field. Do not give them 10 preset options. Why? Because a customer may say, I asked ChatGPT, or I saw your YouTube video, or my neighbor mentioned you, I found your reviews. That tells you the real path. A lead does not care about your attribution model. They care about that they found a company that they trust, and your job is to listen. And so that leads me to my last strategic point. Different AI platforms pull from different kinds of sources. So Google's AI features may show different links and use different techniques from ChatGPT or Perplexity. That means you should not build your whole strategy around one platform, one directory, one social network, or one type of content. Do not say we're going all in on Reddit. Do not say we only need Google Business Profile. Do not say we only need YouTube. Build a real footprint. Your website answers the big questions. Your GBP proves that you are local and active. Your reviews show customer experience. Your jobs show proof. Videos show expertise, so on and so forth. That is diversification, and it is much safer than betting your whole business on one algorithm change. So let's turn all this into an action. So you do not need to fix every part of the internet this week. You need a real plan. So first, audit your business information. So your website, your GBP, all your major review profiles, so Yelp, Google, your social accounts, and any other profiles you have. Make sure your NAP, which is name, address, and phone number, are all the same. And then make sure your service area, hours, everything else is consistent across all directories. Then make a list of your top 30 questions you hear from homeowners and get them from sales calls, dispatch notes, estimator notes, reviews, lost jobs, office staff, anywhere that you possibly can. Get those questions. Then pick the 5 questions that have the biggest business value. And usually the cost questions or repair versus replace process, you'll know better than I will. Now, after that, we're going to create content around that. So I want you to create or improve those 5 real assets. So if you already have those assets built out, try and improve upon them or look at when they were last written. So do not make all 5 pages look the same. Do not make all the same content. You want to make sure that they're different throughout each one. So each one wants to be useful. So use real photos, use clear headings, lead with the answer, explain the variables, give the next step, and then connect those pages to the matching service pages with internal links. Now, after that, we want to build your review and video habit. So ask every happy customer for an honest review. Make it easy. Do not script their words. Do not bribe them. Do not fake it. Then shoot 3 videos, not commercials. 3 videos, 3 answers, cost answer, repair versus replace answer, or process or hiring answer. Publish them. Add accurate titles. You don't even have to do captions or timestamps or anything like that. Just add accurate titles. Embed them on every page that you create, and then start your monthly review meeting with what questions the customers asked this month, what pages need to be updated, what new reviews did we get, and what did callers say when we asked them how they found us, and what kind of leads are we getting. This is how this becomes a system instead of a one-time project. And here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Nobody has a perfect permanent formula for AI search yet. These systems are changing, the answers change, the sources change, the interfaces change, but the durable strategy is not changing. Just build a better business. Do the work that people are proud to talk about. Answer questions honestly. Keep your information current. Show real proof. Make it easy for homeowners to understand what you do, what costs, what happens next, and why they should feel safe choosing you. Because AI search is not some separate universe. It's just a mirror. It reflects what the internet can find about your company. So make that truth easy to find. Make sure it is easy to trust, and make sure it is easy to choose. And if you found this useful, subscribe. I'm going to be breaking down how home services companies can get found, get trusted, and grow in this new search world. I'll see you in the next one.